One common way for anime to introduce a new character is by having them transfer to the protagonist's school mid-year. These characters can throw a wrench into the existing social order, become new partners in the fight against evil, or even become new enemies. Sometimes they're even the protagonist, allowing viewers to observe the school environment through a fresh pair of eyes. So welcome back to Animeology, and today we will share the best top 10 anime where the main character is an underestimated transfer student. Before we begin, be sure to drop a like and subscribe down below for more anime top 10s, and without further ado, let's get right into the video. Number 10. Noblesse. The anime Noblesse is definitely worth watching. It has an exceptional plot, fight scenes, unique characters, and enough action to get you hooked. The anime is ongoing and still has many episodes left. One may be compelled to read the webtoon version, which is already complete. This show is a unique, vampire, supernatural anime. Even when it's obviously utilizing a lot of cliché vampire anime tropes, it doesn't get boring or tedious. Rather, it employs all of these tropes and still refines them further, enhancing the plot. Even the art of the anime displays and exudes a sort of manhwa webtoon feel. The characters, especially led by Cadis Etrama Dai Reitzel, are unique, well-drawn, and good-looking. Also, it has a lot of extremely violent fight scenes, which can get a bit overwhelming for the squeamish. Number 9. Classroom of the Elite.
Person. Close one.
On the surface, Kaudo Ikusai Senior High School is a utopia. The students enjoy an unparalleled amount of freedom, and it is ranked highly in Japan. 4 classes, A through D, are ranked in order of merit, and only the top classes receive favorable treatment. This anime's main character, Kiyotaka Ionokuji, is a transfer student of Class D, where the school dumps its worst. There, he meets the unsociable Sutsune Horikita, who he believes she was placed in Class D by mistake and desires to climb all the way to Class A, and the seemingly amicable class idol, Kikyu Kushida, whose aim is to make as many friends as possible. Hence, class membership is permanent, and class rankings are not. Therefore, students in lower-ranked classes can rise in rankings uniquely if they score better than those in the top ones. Thus, in Class D, there are no bars on what methods can be used to get ahead. In this cutthroat school, can they prevail against the odds and reach the top? Number 8. Shokugeki No Soma. Ever since his childhood, Saoma Yukihira helps his father by working as a sous chef in the restaurant his father runs and owns. Throughout the years, Saoma develops a passion for entertaining his customers with his creative, genius, and daring culinary creations. His dream is to someday own his family's restaurant as its head chef. Yet when his father suddenly decides to close the restaurant to test his cooking abilities in restaurants around the world, he sends Saoma to Totsuki Culinary Academy, an elite cooking school where only 10% of the students graduate. The institution is famous for its shokugeki, or food wars, where students face off in intense, high-stakes cooking showdowns. As Saoma and his new schoolmates struggle to survive the extreme lifestyle of Totsuki, more and greater challenges await him, putting years of his learning under his father to the test. Number 7. Dragonar Academy. Saikoku no Dragonar. In a land of dragons, citizens called breeders train their dragon pals. Races of dragons are born from breeders who are marked with Saikoku, also known as star brands. Learning to ride and tame dragons comes easy to most students at Ansaravan Dragonar Academy, except for Ash Blake, a first-year student who is known by his classmates as the problem child. Despite his unusually large star brand that marks him as a future dragon master, his dragon has never appeared. Until now, that is. One day, while challenging fellow student Princess Sylvia Lautremont to a dragon race, Ash's dragon appears, but in a form different than any other dragon ever seen before, a beautiful girl. Ash names her Iko and soon discovers that this new dragon has an attitude to spare, as she promptly informs him that she is the master and he her servant. Ash's problem with dragon riding has only just begun. In the end, Iko is forced into her true dragon form and possessed by the soul of a rogue dragon in an attempt to eradicate the human race and allow dragons to be the supreme race of the world. The ending, you have to see for yourself. Number 6. Kill la Kill.
確かにとんでもないね。だけど気持ちで負けちゃ先はない。
Kill la Kill is a 24-episode anime about a girl fighting her way through a superpowered school to find the person who killed her father with the help of a special uniform and blade that makes her much stronger than she looks. It has an amazing plot that kept me interested all throughout. The action sequences were great and never got too predictable. The art style is cartoony but kind of fits the anime presentation in a way. The growth of Ryuko reflects this as the development of her character is steadily shown across the span of the series. Ryuko starts off as a blonde teenage girl with an attitude looking for retribution against the one who killed her father. When introduced to Senketsu, a revealing sailor uniform made of life fibers, she is submitted to humility in exchange for power. It's things like this that should make you raise an eyebrow and wonder whether or not this is reflective of the advantages and disadvantages that sexuality offers women. Maybe I'm looking too much into it, or maybe I'm right. What's great about Kill la Kill is that there isn't a right answer. You take from it what you want. Number 5. Unbreakable Machine Doll. Unbreakable Machine Doll's story takes place in the 20th century, a time where there have been several technological advancements, especially with the use of magic. During this time period, there was a tremendous discovery. By fusing scientific and magical knowledge, humans were able to create a device that can bring inanimate objects to life, and even give them their own personalities. The military use for this technology came in the form of puppets. They would bring puppets to life and train people to use these puppets for military purposes. The story revolves around Raishin Akabane, a member of the Akabane clan, a clan that specializes in the use of puppets. One day, a mysterious assailant attacked his clan, and nearly all of them were killed. Raishin wants to avenge his clansmen's deaths, so he joins the Royal Academy, a prestigious school for puppeteers, in order to become the best puppeteer in the world. The most interesting thing in this story is its setting. As most of you have probably noticed, most anime take place in Japan, with the second most popular setting probably being space. So to have an entire series take place in 20th century England is a nice change of pace. I was also really interested in the story's premise. Just looking at the plot synopsis got me interested in watching this series. Number 4. The Monogatari series. Thanks to Meme Oshino, Koyomi Aragari, a high school student, is able to remain a human after coming across a female vampire. However, since the incident, Koyomi seems to meet girls who have an apparition-related issue. Hitagi Senjugahara doesn't weigh anything. Tsuruga Kambaru's left arm resembles that of a monkey's. Nadeko Sengoku was afflicted with curses from her classmates. Mayoi Hachikuchi is a young girl who cannot find her home no matter how many times she tries. Koyomi, a Mr. Nice Guy, ends up helping each and every girl solve her problem with the help of Meme Oshino. The plot at first is simple. Arigari is helping a bunch of people with apparitions. The plot doesn't seem to be much, and this is where they get you. Underneath all that fan service and talking, there is a plot unfolding, but due to the order in which the story is told, you do not even realize what's happening. Everything in Monogatari is connected, and I mean everything. Everything in this anime happens because it plays a part in the bigger picture, and it seems like the only one who knows what that is good old Gian. So if you're just starting the series, pay attention no matter how pointless it seems. Number 3. Saikintsukai, No World Break.
And let the trumpet sound, the time of judgment has come! Yin Yang, Kurikara! Playing the trump card, are we?
This anime takes place at Akan Private Academy, where students who possess memories of their previous life are being trained to use ancestral arts, so that they can become defenders who will go against monsters called metaphysicals. Known as saviors, the students are broken up in 2 categories. One who can use their prana, or others who can use magic. As we go through this anime, we see the other protagonists who can both use it, which is honestly so overpowered. This is now where we meet one of the protagonists, named Moroha Haimura. Moroha meets a girl named Satsuki Ranju, who claims to be his little sister in their former lives. Soon afterwards, he meets another girl, Shitsuno Yurishibara, who reveals that she also knew Moroha in an entirely different past life. The synopsis is one of the main reasons why I watched this anime, because everything about it just sounds interesting. People have memories from their past life, and they use that to have superpowers? Like, what? That's pretty freaking cool, and I haven't seen any type of anime that's like that. But let's just ignore the harem part. I promise you it's worth the watch, and just ignore that in the anime. Number 2. Kenja no Mago. This anime begins with a glimpse of a seemingly average young man leaving work. He then suddenly gets into a car accident, but instead of dying, we see him reborn in a parallel universe, or another version of Earth where some people possess magical powers. In my opinion, this beginning gives so much room for possible storylines that could happen, so during the first episode, I paid attention to all the small details about the world in case it mattered in the future. To continue the plot, the boy who was mentioned in the rebirth process is called Shin Wolford. He gets reborn in the other world as a baby of a couple that has been attacked by a demon. But he survived and was found by Merlin Wolford, a famous hero in the Earlside Kingdom, the place where Shin was found, who then decides to take him in and raise him along with the help of Melinda Bowen, Merlin's partner in crime, a very powerful witch. Even though they're not related by blood, Shin views Merlin and Melinda not as survivors, but as grandparents. His grandpa isn't strict and often goes easy on him because he has a soft spot for him, so he often spoils him. His grandma was more realistic and at least taught him some manners. Her good influence is the reason Shin grows up to be humble and kind. Number 1. Rakudaikishi No Cavalry. Rakudaikishi No Cavalry, A Tale of Worst One, takes place in a fantastical version of our world where humans with magical abilities, known as blazers, are able to materialize weapons known as devices, which are representative of their soul. The greatest blazers are full-fledged magical knights, ranked throughout the world and known for their mastery of martial and magical combat. Enter Kurogane Iki, diligent Japanese high school student and F-ranked blazer with the unfortunate moniker, The Worst One. A chance encounter in his dorm room with a half-naked princess from a foreign country, Stella Vermilion, results in a duel that sets both Kurogane and Stella on the path to the 7-star tournament, where true mage knights earn their deserved recognition. Can Kurogane overcome public perception as well as his own insecurities and prove that where there's a will, there's a way? Rakudaikishi No Cavalry combines elements of action and fantasy with eki romance in a high school setting. While this sounds like a lot to juggle, they effortlessly combine into a viewing experience that is alternately hilarious and packed with white-knuckle action.